Ready for the opening tip-off. Peace and Friendship Stadium in Piraeus, Greece. Olympiacos hosting Lietuvos Rytas as the Greek giant Olympiacos takes on the team from Lithuania. And the opening tip not controlled really by either team, but it will go to Olympiacos first, wearing their home reds. And the team in gray is Lietuvos Rytas. This is Patrick Beverly getting the start at point guard today for the Reds of Olympiacos. Shortinitas well out beyond the arc. Gives to Halpern. Now screen from Childress. Halpern into the lane. Shortinitas down low. And a foul before the shot.
And Mark, that's exactly what I think Olympiacos would like to do. They would like to get the ball to Shortinitas in and around that little circle in there in the paint, and he can just go up and take that little shot. He's a very athletic and talented big man. He was hurt a good part of last year, then also had some disciplinary things. But right again, we see him go right into Shortinitas, who really just dominates.
Giving Aaron Baines, the first-year man from Australia, trouble down low. First a foul and now a hoop in traffic. And another foul before the shot. This on Joachim Halpern.
Well, Rytas, is, as you said, is 2-0 so far and really been a surprise, a team to watch. And number 4, Popovic, is the guard, and he likes to control the offense, control the tempo. He's been playing a lot of minutes and has had 2 big games in their first 2 victories.
Beverly will try to slow him down. Popovic into the lane, gets all the way to the basket, won't go. Tip won't go for Baines, and here comes Olympiacos.
Yeah, missed opportunity that time for Popovic.
Shortinitas, good position down low again against Baines. Trouble with the handle as it knocked away by Zavakis, and here comes Lietuvos Rytas. Pull up in transition is good for Martinez Gisevicius.
Rytas will look to run at every opportunity. They shoot a lot of threes. They shot 25 last week, and they are good shooters.
There's Halpern with Popovic on him. Screen again from Childress. No problem for Yomantis getting through. Ball tipped away in the lane. Somehow ends up in the hands of Childress, and he gets the easy layup.
Well, we're going to see there the quick hands of both Childress and Baby Shaq. Childress picks up the ball, a little garbage. He's a player, Childress, who just really understands where the ball is. I mean, the ball seems to sort of follow his hands. He's got great anticipation. And there's just some players that the ball always finds them. Now we see Olympiacos with a lot of pressure, man-to-man pressure, and I think that's why Beverly, number 17, has got to start because of his great quickness that he can put on Popovic.
Gisevicius finds Baines from 14 feet, and the big Aussie hits the jump shot.
Well, Baines did a nice job there of finding space in the paint, making himself available for the pass, and then got the nice little 10-foot jump shot.
Yeah, saw him play quite a bit at Washington State, and that is a shot that you would go weeks without seeing him even take. And he looked very comfortable taking that one there. Shortinitas was all tied up. Somehow he got it off to Kleza, but a shot clock violation.
Well, Shortinitas is really having problems handling the ball. When he gets that ball down low, he should make a quick move and then go right up with it. I think he'll be a little bit more successful. That's twice now that they've been able to knock the ball away from him when he's put the ball on the floor.
Definitely trying to establish the big man early here for Olympiacos. This is Yomantis on the drive. Blocked beautifully by Kleza. Sends it back out. And Popovic hits the three-pointer.
Well, not only can he lead the team and is a great setup man, but he can shoot the basketball when left alone, and that's exactly what he did that last time down.
Kleza looking for the drive, spins in the lane, can't hit the little baby hook in there, tipped away. Halpern has it, tried to find Shortinitas down low, hit the backboard. Now Shortinitas tied up again. Kleza is there. Still lots of time on the shot clock, 10 seconds. Halpern tried to drive. Popovic draws the offensive foul.
Popovic doing a great job of moving his feet and staying in front of Halpern. That time to pick up the charge. He goes right into him, moved his feet, got right in the midsection of Halpern.
It's the second foul here in the opening 3.5 minutes for Joachim Halpern.
And Beverly continues to put real pressure on Popovich.
Pull-up jumper is short from Popovich, and Beverly has the rebound. Childress down low. Gail, he operates on that baseline beautifully.
He sure does. He gets a pass, uses his quickness, and goes right around the defender, and then accelerates to the basket and goes up for the dunk. But look at him at the defensive end. He's out there 47 feet, putting pressure on the ball.
It's made a difference. Popovich has not been a playmaking force yet here in the ball game as Olympiacos forces a turnover.
Both teams a little bit sloppy at handling the ball here. The defense continues to put pressure. Really, when the ball goes into Baby Shaq, Rytas is collapsing and getting their hands in there, and of course, Olympiacos is putting terrific pressure on the ball all over the court.
Here's Aaron Baines getting some advice from head coach Rimas Kurtinaitis.
Yeah, he hurt his back last week, so he was a game-time decision. We'll have to watch and see if that back and how he's able to function with it.
Chartinidis again down low in traffic. The jump hook goes between two defenders.
I'll tell you, he's a monster in there. When he uses his body and protects the ball like he did that time with a little baby hook, very, very effective.
The foul by Patrick Beverly. He has been hounding Bojan Popovich. It's his first foul, third on Olympiacos, who leads by 1.
Well, Olympiacos is trying to take Rytas out of their offensive set, make them work for everything, the full 94 feet. And I think they're doing a very successful job right now.
Arturas Jomantis now will trigger the offense. Into the game also for Lietuvos Rytas is Milko Jelika. Another turnover, but given right back as Kleza had it knocked away.
Yeah, the pass was just not there. We see it there. Actually, it looks like there was a little deflection. It was, and then off the leg of Kleza.
Looked like Popovich doing just enough to deflect that one midway through. Now, the first quarter. Dejan Borovniak, number 10, in white as well. Popovich drives and dishes. That's more like it for Lietuvos Rytas. The lay-in is good for Jelika.
That's exactly what Popovich would like to do, to get into that paint and create, and then bring the defense to him and then dish it off to the big man. Nice job.
Kleza still looking for his first basket. Gives it up to Childress, has it knocked away by the quick hands and feed of Arturas Jomantis.
Well, Jomantis is really a swing man at 6'6".
Well, take a timeout in the early going. 4:41 to go in the first. Lietuvos Rytas with a 1-point lead at Olympiacos. Well, a tight one in the early going. Coach Rimas Kurtinaitis and his Lietuvos Rytas squad hanging right with Olympiacos at the moment. Lietuvos Rytas right now tied with Unicaja, top Group B with perfect 2-0 records. Olympiacos at 1-1. Gesevicius picking up a quick foul. Just in the game, number 13 in the white and gray of the Lithuanian team.
Well, Gesevicius is the top scorer on Rytas, averaging about 18.5 points a game through the first two ball games.
Beverly gets into the lane, drops it off, and the miss inside by Vucic, just into the lineup for Olympiacos. A quick three in transition, missing from Gesevicius.
Well, he will fire. He's a very, very good shooter and can shoot from long range.
Hanging in the lane and hitting for his third basket of the first quarter. Josh Childress now has 6.
And we saw a great individual effort that time by Childress, who did a great job boxing out on the defensive end, getting the rebound, and then going the length of the court to score.
Here's Popovich. Has 1 assist here in the early going. That's about it. Turnaround jumper in the lane, falls away for Borovniak.
Borovniak had a great shot there, had the mismatch. Olympiacos very fortunate that didn't go down.
Vasilopoulos with the ball now for Olympiacos. On the wing, it's Kleza, who's still yet to score. Vasilopoulos driving in and throwing it wildly and turning it over.
Yeah, out of control that time, and he had Childress on the baseline on the other end.
Good block on the help out. Vucic denied the Borovniak shot. Now Vasilopoulos will try to do better on this possession after that turnover on the last trip down. Beverly gave up the dribble. He's in a bit of trouble here. Needs some help. Childress is there. Childress down the lane, and a reach-in foul against Milko Jelika.
We're going to take a look here. There's the great block on the defensive help by Vucic coming over. Childress down to the other end. Childress has been very, very active here in the first quarter, and it's a real tough matchup because he at 6'8", he's long-armed, and he has got great quickness and acceleration. Of course, played with Atlanta in the NBA before coming over last year, and I think that he's just really starting to understand Euroleague basketball and get acquainted with the lifestyle and with how the game is played here. And he's off to a great start, has had 2 terrific ball games, and he's also having a great first quarter tonight.
Theo Papaloukas just into the game for Olympiacos, the legendary Greek point guard. Here he is coming in for Beverly.
And you talk about a guy that can control the ball game, a guy that is a leader, and really then we see a double team right away by Olympiacos, doing a good job of forcing the turnover.
Forced the travel. Sprung very nicely here with just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Olympiacos, 3 points, largest lead that either team has had.
You know, Popovich is not in the ball game now for Rytas, and he's really the ball handler, really the only true point guard that Rytas has. And Jesevikas, who was handling the ball that time, is really a shooter.
Vasilopoulos has just been a train wreck since entering the game. He is over-penetrating at the moment. Nothing good coming out of it at this point. Here's Vasilopoulos. Gives it up on top for Kleza. There's his first basket. It's a 3.
Well, we do know he can shoot. He brings the complete package and has been very, very effective in the 2 games thus far. In fact, is the leading scorer for Olympiacos, and he finally just got off the snide and got a basket.
Well, it was looking like another good defensive set that time for Olympiacos, but a foul away from the ball will go on Nikola Vucic. Here's a look at Vasilopoulos.
Yeah, he looks, again, a little bit out of control. He, of course, was hurt last week. Actually had the flu and did not play, so he's just coming back. But he's a very versatile player, good defensive player, and will be a good addition to this Olympiacos as the season goes along.
And there's the 3 ball from the corner. Lietuvos Rytas wants to do more of that. That's Babrauskas in off the bench. That cuts the lead in half. Vucic down low. Nice pass. And Kleza converts down low.
Well, when the ball gets to Vucic, you better be prepared to know where your man is, because he can really pass for a big man. Probably the best passer in the EuroLeague for big man, and Kleza, of course, goes very well without the basketball. Good teamwork.
They're going to wave off that basket, saying it was a travel, as Popovich discusses it with Papaloukas.
1, 2.
Yep.
Yep. Nice call by the official. They got it right, I think.
It's a big skip and then 2 more steps.
Popovich being very creative with that little dance.
Papaloukas appeared to be saying, hey, you know what, it is a travel, I've tried it. From the corner, Vasilopoulos misses the 3. Trouble with the exchange there, and that was obviously a bad decision. Babrauskas was trying to hand it to Baines for the outlet. You don't want Baines bringing it up, do you?
No, not only that, you don't even want him to handle the ball. As soon as they get the rebound, they should look for Popovich, the point guard, who is really the guy that makes things go for Rytas, and get the ball to him and then start filling the lanes. Bad mistake that time by Rytas.
Put Baines in a bad position, and he committed the foul. He's now got 2, the big man for Lietuvos Rytas. As our first look at Milos Teodosic into the game as well to play in the backcourt. for the Reds of Olympiacos. Papaloukas hanging in the lane. Oh, and took it right away from Bobrovskis. Drives in, count the basket and the foul. What a sequence for Theo Papaloukas.
Great individual effort. He took the and missed the shot, then does a great job of going and getting the ball back, and then just cleverly just drives into the lane, uses his size at 6'6", and lays it up. Great individual effort.
Kleza comes out. Paniotis Giannakis, the legendary Greek basketballer, now in control of Olympiacos.
Well, he's done a great job of bringing this Olympiacos team together over the last couple of years. He became the coach in February of '08, and they have been a different team ever since he became the head coach.
Got some nice additions this year. Kleza being really the important one as they force a turnover there. Popovic and his Lietuvos Rytas team down by 8, largest deficit of the game. Lietuvos Rytas once had a 3-point lead. That seems like a while ago. How do you let Childress get that open? He's got 10.
Missed defensive assignment. There's just no way that he could have been that open. I mean, there was no one within 10 feet of him. Great look, though, by Papaloukas.
Yeah, he usually doesn't need that much room to complete an assist.
And he's got great vision and good size to get that vision.
Aaron Baines follows the miss with a dunk.
Well, Vucek went over, of course, and got the block, and then left Baines all alone.
Oh, to beat the buzzer in the first quarter, Milos Teodosic played less than a minute, but hit the leaning 3 at the buzzer. Here's another look at it. Nearly falling out of bounds. Olympiacos got it all going in the first. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. 9 turnovers already for the team from Vilnius, Lithuania.
Well, that is becoming a real problem. And again, I think you got to give some credit to Olympiacos, who's playing well on the defensive end. But
Kleza, step back 3. He's got 8.
Well, we know that he can shoot the basketball, and you got to get up on him. And he also now has picked Rytas apart by going without the basketball and cutting. And again, I think he brings the complete package with his game. Good hands there by Papaloukas.
Looking for a friend, somehow gets it off to Vucic, and now Wafer sets up the lob for Kleza just off the fingertips, and a foul given up by Teodosic before the break can go the other way.
Well, good idea that time. That just the execution was a little bit off. But I like the defense that time by Papaloukas to get things started and then get the ball out in transition. And there's the pass, and just a little bit too high for Vucek.
Diamantis fouled from behind by Von Wafer. So 2 free throws coming. There's a look at Wafer getting his first action of the game, averaging 7 points in 2 games so far this season off the bench.
Well, we're going to take a look at the foul here from behind. But when they come in with Wafer, they come in with another player with great quickness, great athletic ability. He's got in some NBA experience with the Lakers, with Portland, with Houston last year. Averaged 9.5 points a game with Houston, so he was a factor with the Rockets last year. But, I mean, they come in with another offensive player with a good deal of quickness. This team is very, very deep.
Gail, it looks like the Olympiacos, obviously we've talked about adding Linas Kleza, which is huge, but, you know, Wafer and Beverly, they make them more athletic than they were last year.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you know, I'm looking at this team and I'm saying, how, you know, we had them the first week. They in game 1, they played very, very well, dominated the game. They actually lost big time last week to Unicaja. I can't wait to see what Unicaja is like.
Well, Josh Childress has scored so many hoops on dunks and layups in close. He's got a dozen now.
Well, he has not missed a shot, but again, he's getting great high percentage shots, as we see there.
They're doubling up right now, 34-17. Olympiacos very much in command here. 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Papaloukas reaching out and committing the foul on Popovich.
Well, Lucas is putting tremendous pressure on Popovich, and that obviously has been a game plan by Olympiacos to put as much pressure on Popovich as possible, and it's been very, very effective here in the early going because Popovich has really been a non-factor.
Sophocles Georgianidis up off the bench for Olympiacos, ready to come back in. He got the start today, had been sick the first couple of weeks of the Euroleague season. Injured most of last year. A guy with just a world of strength and talent. But doesn't play a lot of minutes even when he is healthy.
Well, he's got a history of having a lot of foul trouble. But if you look at him, and I compare him to when we saw him before, he looks like he's lost some weight and slimmed down a little bit. He's still big. He's still awful
you're right,
big.
though.
But he looks like he's come ready to play this year, and he's got a little bit of more desire, it seems to me.
Von Wafer challenging Baines, who says, hey, I got it clean up top. But he'll get called for the foul. That should be, well, it's 3 on him. I thought it was going to be 4.
We're going to take another look at it, and he got the ball, but I think he also got part of the arm. But give Wafer credit for really taking it hard to the rack and was able to, in effect, draw the foul. I mean, he didn't shy away. He just went right at him.
Absolutely. Wafer at 6'5", going at the 6'10" strongman Baines.
Yeah, but great athletic jumping ability. Look at this full court pressure. And it's been a factor. It's really forced Rytas out of their offensive pattern and comfort level at the offensive end by putting all this pressure. They're contesting every pass. And as I said before, here they're challenging the inbound pass on Popovich. And Beverly has put a lot of pressure, and then, of course, Papaloukas comes in, and he continues to put pressure on him.
Gail, it's an interesting tactic. We know that Lietuvos Rytas wants to run. They want to take quick shots. Now you're pressuring a team that wants to run, but it's working.
Well, it is working. And, again, the only true point guard is Popovich. So, they're and he's played a lot of minutes. He played 40 minutes in Game 1, played 35 in Game 2. And I think that Olympiacos feels that if they can just wear him down as the game goes on, now there's full court zone pressure, the trap.
Papaloukas, Georgianidis, trouble with the handle again, but back out for Wafer. 15-point lead, 4 minutes in to the second quarter. Now Papaloukas will reset, 8 on the shot clock. Double teamed. Here's Kleza into the lane, rises up. Tipped back out to Popovich.
I sort of chuckled a little bit when Papaloukas gets the ball because he gets as soon as you get the ball to him in the middle of the court, that's exactly what he wants to do on the break.
Oh, Popovich embarrassing there, hitting it right in there in between the crook of the rim and the backboard. That is a brick by any definition.
Absolutely. I don't know how you miss a shot that bad.
Woo. Yikes.
Again, I think that the pressure is really getting on. The defensive pressure is really having an effect here on Popovich.
Here's Papaloukas directing traffic as he always does out front for the Reds. Wafer into the lane. Nowhere to go, and a bailout foul right there, but it's going to go on Baines, and now he's got 4, and we're only halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, that's not a good foul by Baines. There was nowhere for Wafer to go. He had him, sort of boxed in, and then he just sort of bailed him out as he called the foul. Not a hard foul, but they're going to keep Baines in the ball game, it looks like. Again, Baby Shaq is in there, and if you take Baby Shaq out, you take Baines out, there's really no one even of any size to guard him.
Yeah, Baines' night may end very quickly with the next foul. Kleza, meanwhile, continues the hot hand. That's another 3. It's his 3rd of the first half.
Well, that's one thing we know he can do. He can shoot the basketball from 3.
And a foul from behind. Papaloukas pleading his case, but it won't work. He's picked up his 2nd.
Yeah, but we see the hands, the quick hands by Papaloukas. He got caught that time. but we're going to take a look at it. And you know something? I can understand him complain a little bit because the hand is part of the ball. He got his hand and got the ball. So, I don't like that call at all. I think the official might have got a bad angle on that.
He's still explaining that to him. A good look at the replay showed it, yeah. I mean, look, if you can't do that, you can never reach in because that was really good play.
That was a good play. Now, we see Jelika there here at the foul line. Of course, he was the top scorer last year for Rytas at 12 points a game, member of the Montenegro national team. Beverly coming back in.
17-point advantage.
But look at the shooting here for Olympiacos. I guess that's a foul. That's a free throws. Yeah.
Both teams shooting pretty well, about the same number at this point. Now some pressure from Lietuvos Rytas, and they get the steal as Popovic stripped it away. They'll need a whole lot more of those. Kleza will try to guard Popovic.
But they're switching.
Yeah,
they're switching on everything. Good hands there again by Olympiacos on the pass.
And Popovic reaching in from behind. A silly foul there. His first.
Well, Olympiacos is doing a nice job. We're going to see the foul that time, the reach around from the back. But Olympiacos is doing a nice job of playing the passing lanes and really collapsing around the paint. And Rytas is just trying to do a little bit too much to make that pass that maybe just not quite there. And as a result, they are turning the ball over.
One more free throw coming from Beverly, who hasn't been much of an offensive factor in the game, but his defense right from the opening tip on Popovic set the tone for Olympiacos, who now leads by 19.
Well, he's got tremendous quickness, and as we see here, he just continues to put some pressure and let him know that he's around. He's not going away. See, look at they contesting every pass, and Popovic doesn't have a whole lot of people here to throw the basketball to.
Up fake and fadeaway won't go for Babroskis. Scramble for the loose ball, diving to the floor was Shortsinidis, but could not come up with it.
Well, Olympiacos, I think, is doing a great job of really staying focused. They're up by 19 right now, and last week they were not focused as they went into Unicaja and got beat badly, but they've come out today, and I just seem to be hustling a little bit more, and they seem to be very focused.
Yeah, that was a blistering loss at Unicaja in Malaga, 86-68, very unexpected. Results can change certainly from home to away very significantly in Euroleague basketball, no doubt about that, but that was a tough one to explain.
See, we continually see the good hands, the deflection by Olympiacos, and the tough shot that time, trying to shoot the ball over Childress.
Great offensive rebound there by Justus Senica. Just into the game, first action number 22 in white for Lietuvos Rytas. Now they go back down low. Operating inside is Jelika, who was fouled.
But Jelika did a nice job there, going to his left, shooting with the left hand. Goes around Baby Shaq, a little nudge, and the basket.
And Jelika completes the three-point play. $16-point game.
Full court pressure now by Rytas, trying to pick up the pace and the tempo.
Von Wafer to 15 feet, hits the pull-up.
Olympiacos does a nice job of breaking the press and then just take on, completing the play, take a nice little 10, 12-footer there by Wafer. No pressure that time, easy jump shot, 2 points.
Popovic hounded by Beverly, who stripped him. Now Beverly using the speed, blows by, count the basket for Beverly. It was a goaltending violation against Jelika.
Great individual effort and great defensive pressure, and then just goes right by Popovic, lets him go, and gets the basket.
Fantastic performance by Olympiacos. They lead by 20. 45-25, the lead for Olympiacos over visiting Lietuvos Rytas. As we look at the breakdown quickly there from starters to bench production. Meanwhile, Lietuvos Rytas have dug a very big hole here. Now running the point is Martinez Gisevicius, and he gets it down inside. Jelika takes it in with a left.
Well, that's the second time now we've seen Jelika go to his left here and take it and shoot the ball with his left hand. Nice job there.
Still an 18-point advantage for Olympiacos. Down low for Shortchianidis in traffic. And he was fouled by Senica.
Well, we see here the lob pass, and they're coming from the weak side, but there's just a lot of body contact. And you know, I think that the baby Shaq really sort of invites that. He's so big, he's so wide, and you got to put a body on him. And you know, a couple guys that came over, they're just bouncing off him. I mean, he's so strong.
One more free throw coming for Shortchianidis. Missed the second. And the offensive rebound, Patrick Beverly.
Once again, we see the quickness, all team quickness there by Olympiacos, going and getting the basketball.
Second foul on Jelika. And Shortchianidis back at the free throw line. And he's missed two in a row.
Well, not a good free throw shooter. But he has been a factor at taking up space in the paint this evening.
So 1 of 2 on each of his last 2 trips for 6 first-half points and back to a 20-point advantage. 2:31 to go in the first half. Oh, nice up fake, and Shortchianidis, in trying to close out, crashed into him for his second foul.
That was some hard foul, and he just bounced off him. But you know, one of the negative parts of Baby Shaq, something that, of course, that he needs to work on is his defensive footwork. He does tend to foul a great deal and get into foul trouble.
Got a couple here in the first half. Jelika.
Well, Jelika is very clever. I mean, he really has good low post skills, as we've seen, and you know, he's going to score some points in there.
And both free throws good. He certainly earned them with the hip check from the 330 or so pound Shortchianidis. Beating pressure easily, but no basket. A travel as Von Wafer tried to get the feet set for that dunk, which will not count.
A nice call by the official. He did shuffle his feet in anticipation of the pass, but he did not shuffle it before he received the ball and took the 2 steps and a good fall. But I like what Olympiacos is doing. They're breaking that zone press, and then they're going right to the basket and taking it to...
How did Borovniak miss that one? Kleza leading the break, takes it himself. He'll have a chance for 3, coast to coast for Kleza.
Olympiacos doing a great job of running the court, and then Kleza just sees the seam, the gap there, takes it right to the hoop, strong, draws the foul. But Olympiacos is getting the ball out and in the break, in transition, and that time was like a 4-on-2 situation.
And now a 21-point advantage, 50-29, largest lead of the game for Olympiacos. Now inside, 2 minutes to go in the first half. 15 first-half points for Kleza. Offensive rebound from Borovniak.
Gisevicius is now running the point, and he's been very quiet tonight. He leads
down low. This is Gisevicius right back out. No, rather to Gisevicius. Long rebound tipped out to Wafer. Starts the break, and Kleza has an easy one.
Clay's doing a nice job of anticipation that time, getting the ball out. And right now, Olympiacos has just really picked up the pace on the offensive end and has got the ball out, using the fast break, the transition, and getting easy shots and beating
more
Rytas
turnovers.
down the court.
This time they'll hold it out. 1 minute to go in the first half, dominated by the home team. 13 points off Lietuvos Rytas turnovers.
Yeah, and I suspect that Olympiacos is not going to let up here because, Rytas is 2-0 right now. If Olympiacos can go ahead and close out this game, they'll both be 2-1. And you want to win the differential as much as you can because that could be a factor later on when you look to go to the top 16.
Absolutely, as they look to separate the tiebreakers. Another turnover. And here comes Von Wafer. 72% is what Olympiacos is shooting. They give it right back there. And then an easy two at the other end for Borovniak.
Well, Olympiacos is really starting to fill up the stat sheet, but they are getting tremendous high percentage shots by getting the ball out and running and really down shooting with relatively very little, if any, pressure.
Beverly into the lane. And a shot clock violation as Halpern could not get it off.
Well, he had the shot. He should have taken that three. The defense was drawn in as a result of the drive by Beverly. He had the shot. He should have taken it.
3 seconds left in the first half. Popovich lofts it up short at the buzzer, and that'll do it for a disastrous first half for Lietuvos Rytas, coming in undefeated at 2-0 in Group B, but down by 21 in Piraeus versus Olympiacos. Look at the first half stats. As expected, it will favor Olympiacos, who has a 21-point lead.
Well, they've shot the ball very, very well. They shot 70% for twos, which doesn't show up there, only 44 for Rytas. Kleza has 17 points and 4 rebounds, 12 points coming in that second quarter. Childress has 12. Popovich, who has played so well the first couple of ball games, he's got 7, but he has 5 turnovers. And there's only 4 team assists by all of Rytas versus 12 for Olympiacos. So Olympiacos is really in command and dominating this game at this point.
And the defense right out of the gate in the second half, just the way it was in the first, is Beverly disruptive. Now an argument over who touched this last.
Well, Beverly there saving the ball. It's hard to see whether it goes off of Gisavicius or not, but apparently the official says yes.
They'll say it did. Couldn't tell from that replay. So another turnover for Lietuvos Rytas, plagued by them in the first half. Part of the reason they're down by more than 20. Kleza, who had 17 points in the first half, misses an opening 3 here. Down low, they forgot about Jalika, who lays it in.
Well, that time, Shorts and Titus' baby Shaq was just slow getting back on defense, and as a result, Rytas made him pay.
Jalika, the leading scorer in the game for Lietuvos Rytas, with 12 points now.
And it looks like at the beginning here again, right now.
This time Shortsanitas gets back to pin it to the backboard.
Yeah, but he is slow getting back right now, and Rytas is trying to really take advantage of that.
Yes, clearly they talked about that and did it so with some effectiveness coming out here in the third quarter. Mark Brown along with Gail Goodrich, Euroleague Basketball, Week 3 edition. And it'll be a foul on Shortsanitas.
Well, here we're going to see the replay here. He comes back, goes high against the board there, pins the ball and gets the block. But at the other end, baby Shaq just clears everybody out, and it gets called in for the foul. We're going to take a look at the block once more. Great ball blocked that time by baby Shaq.
Third block of the game for Olympiacos. Vucic had one earlier, very impressive early in the game. Here, is Rytas going down low. Jalika again working on Vucic. Can't get it to go. Klaiser rips the rebound.
Yeah, nice strong move. Didn't get the basket that time, but I like what Jalika did, taking it strong to the basket.
Childress turns it over. Yamantis comes the other way. Momentarily lost the handle. Now has it into the corner. And the three is good for Gisevicius.
Well, Gisevicius can really shoot the basketball. He has not had a big ball game tonight, but we do know that's one thing he can do is shoot the three. He's got a quick release, and he has no hesitation whatsoever.
Halpern answers with a three after an opening 5-0 mini run for Rytas. Olympiacos on the board. Popovic drives in, cannot convert. Here comes Klaiser. Up ahead, Halpern. He will challenge. Miss the lay-in.
Rytas is really fortunate at that time. 3-on-1 break, and Olympiacos did not convert. We're going to see the foul there. No question about it. Rytas will take the ball out of bounds.
Halpern's third foul. Little step back jumper won't go for Yamantis. Halpern the rebound. He's going to bring it up himself.
Nice defense that time by Childress.
Here's Beverly getting the Reds into their offense. Over to Childress, well beyond the arc. Childress looking for a crack in the defense and fouled on the drive and goes down hard under the basket. And very upset. Thought that Donatas Zavakis took liberties, a little extra on that.
Well, it was a good hard foul, no question about that. But we saw the explosiveness of Childress going hard to the basket, and he's going up there hard. The defense comes over. I don't see I mean, it's a foul. No question it's a foul, but I don't think it was that bad. I don't think there was anything intentional about it. You know, Zavakis just got there late.
You caught him in a vulnerable position, really. But nothing intentional there. I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not actually a whole lot of contact. Childress is going hard, and sometimes you'll end up sprawled on the floor when you go that hard.
Exactly. I mean, he just lost his balance a little bit there, and of course at 6'8", up in the air, as high as he's going to get, he gets bumped a little bit, throws your balance off. You're going to come down hard.
Childress, 1 of 2 at the line. 13 points in the game for the Reds, whose lead is back up now to 20. It was 23 momentarily late in the first half.
Rytas looking to try to go underneath to get the ball to Jalika, trying to post up.
Zavakis kicks it back out. The three was blocked. Firing it up. Zavakis can't hit. Offensive rebound put back by Yamantis, won't go either. And now a foul in the rebounding action against Lietuvos Rytas. A third foul on Milko Jalika, second on Lietuvos Rytas in the quarter.
You know, you look at Rytas and you look at the players that are out there, and they really seem to have problems really handling the basketball. They just are not in sync. Now you got to give Olympiacos credit for that, some of the credit anyway, but they really don't seem to handle the basketball all that well outside of Popovic at the guard position.
3-on-2 for Lietuvos Rytas, an open three for Babrovskis, his second of the game.
Well, they did a nice job that time of really, 3-on-2 break or on transition, and Babrovskis had the wide open shot that he was able to knock down.
Olympiacos getting the better of the three-point shooting and just about everything else here in this ball game, but a turnover as Beverly misfired on the way for Childress. And it is still 17.
And Olympiacos is starting to get a little bit hesitant here with their play, and they're turning the basketball over here in the third quarter.
Now 15 turnovers apiece. It was Lietuvos Rytas that had way too many turnovers in the first half. Olympiacos has given some back here in the third quarter. Popovic from the corner. Zavakis. Jelica. And just like that, the lead is trimmed down to 15.
But Rytas is not going to go away. I mean, they're a team that, again, have been very successful the first 2 weeks. They're playing hard. They know the importance here of the differential. We got a long way to go yet.
Kleza misses the three. And a rebound, Jasevicius. He pushes it up quickly. Three's in transition. It's what they want to do. Zavakis knocks it down from the corner. And how about this? They've knocked 11 points off of the lead. Big run for Lietuvos Rytas. They have pulled back within 12. 5:25 to go in the third quarter. What was a 23-point Olympiacos advantage is now down to a dozen. Mark Brown along with Gail Goodrich as Olympiacos puts the ball in the hands of Theo Papaloukas. A great place for it to be sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But, Rytas is doing a very nice job of getting the ball out and running. And that's what they want to do, and they've been able to cut into this lead. Theodosic, of course, makes that three-pointer to get back into that, extend that lead a little bit.
Stopped what was a 15-4 run. Well, he hit from the other corner, but Zavakis misses the three from the near corner. 15-point advantage for Olympiacos after Theodosic three. See what they can do here with 4.5 to go in the third. Theodosic, bounce pass, Vucic lays it in.
Great two-man play that time. We have a great individual pass there by Theodosic to the cutting Vucic, who set the screen originally. Nice pick and roll that time. Good execution.
So, first 5 points out of the timeout. And back up to a 17-point lead for the Reds. Babroskis has it blocked by Childress.
Once again, we see how good defensively Childress really is, using those long arms to reach over the defender.
Kleza has regained the touch after 17 in the first half. That's his first hoop, a three here in the third quarter.
And one thing he can do is shoot. I mean, he's telling you he can shoot. They got to find him, and they got to find him quicker.
Nice pass inside. Jelica lays it in, but Jasevicius was the one who made the delivery.
Yeah, terrific screen and roll, and Childress, who's coming over late from the defensive end, just didn't get there to help.
14 for Jelica.
Yeah, a breakdown on the defensive team defense that time by Olympiacos.
Oh, Vucic walks by Jelica and hammers it down.
I don't know what Jelica did that time, but that Vucic is not that quick. He's very clever. And, he just goes right around, walks right around.
On all the Euroleague games we've seen from Vucic, we've seen him do a lot of things, but breaking it down, blowing by, and dunking it is not one of them. Good box out and rebound as Vucic has given him a couple of great trips here on both ends. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Theodosic over to Childress. Hits the three. It's all going right now. Whatever Panagiotis Giannakis said in the timeout, it is working.
It sure is. And, credit Theodosic that time for looking and finding Childress on the weak side there when the defense collapsed. Nice pass.
A 13-2 run. And now an offensive foul.
We're going to
against Jelica.
Yeah, there's Jelica with our right arm just holding Theodosic off. He had good size, good inside position. He really didn't need to extend that arm.
Well, now both men who would play center for Lietuvos Rytas have 4 fouls. That's the 4th on Jelica. He's been to the Final Four 7 straight years, but they've lost some of the really key guys that have helped get them there. Also dealing with a couple injuries here in the early part of the season. Here's another look at Vucic.
Vucic just goes right around Jelica there, and just, no one picks him up. Just very poor defense that time by Jelica.
Back to a 23-point advantage. It was trimmed to 12 just a couple of moments ago. Here's Vucic operating down low and draws the foul on Justus Senica.
Well, Vucic has a size advantage on Senica, posts him up, and Olympiacos recognizes that and goes right into him, and Vucic gets good inside position that time. He posts up, takes a dribble to the baseline, draws the foul, and we see him at the line. Simple basketball. Olympiacos doing a nice job of just taking advantage of the mismatch that exists.
One more free throw coming for Vucic, the 13-year veteran. Played his first half of his career in Croatia and a year in France. It's a big part of the Maccabi teams that won 2 EuroLeague titles. Here's Von Wafer coming in for Kleza.
Well, Vucic has been a great player in EuroLeague. 5-time All-EuroLeague player.
Baines in a post-up, sends it back out. Open look for Senica, can't hit the three. Long rebound of Vasilopoulos. Now Papaloukas to bring it up.
They're being patient right now. Let's see them run their offense. Papaloukas at the point.
Hesitation move for Papaloukas. No shot. The foul happening before, so it'll be on the side. Bobrovskis picks it up.
Yeah, Bobrovskis sort of goes to sleep with Papaloukas handling the ball. Does not move his feet. Papaloukas goes right by him. He's going to go to the foul line. Poor defense that time by Bobrovskis.
And Papaloukas gets the second. And now, the largest lead of the game at 27 points.
Bobrovskis wanted a foul that time. As Papaloukas, he got him a little bit on the wrist that time. That time I think he's got a little bit of an argument. But Papaloukas has terrific quick hands, and you got to be careful when you got the ball around him. But I think that Bobrovskis might have a little bit of an argument that time.
Little runner in the lane is good for Borobniak.
A little unusual shot that time, but it worked.
1:03 to go in the third quarter. If
is that his fifth?
If it is on Baines, it will be 5. So big trouble for the big men. There are few of them for Lietuvos Rytas, so Baines will foul out in the third quarter, replaced by a man who is 1 foul away from fouling out in Jalika.
Yeah, that was not a smart foul. I mean, he wasn't going anywhere, and there was no reason to really reach in, particularly if you got 4 fouls. Now you got to sit. Not a smart play.
(73-48), inside a minute to go. And a kick violation against Olympiacos.
Careless turnover that time on the pass in. At the feet. Vicious. No defense right now.
Wow.
I mean, they're doing everything they want to do. That is not going to get you back in the game, and it's certainly not going to help you with any point differential, which I think at this point, Rytas has got to be thinking about.
This one turning into a bit of a laugh for third foul on Papaloukas.
Look at that. Oh, there's just nothing. No
where
help.
Are they?
No one there. And Borobniak just he's got to at least step out and show himself a little bit.
Jalika battling on the baseline. Vucic gives up the foul.
Well, one bright spot has been Jalika's post skills here this morning, or excuse me, this evening.
He has definitely been a force to be reckoned with down low, but now playing with the 4 fouls. This is Diamantis. 7 on the shot clock. Diamantis whirling in the lane and gets it to go off glass.
And nice individual effort that time by Diamantis, going down the lane, a little spin move, and Teodosic was nowhere to be found.
A 25-point advantage heading for the 4th for Olympiacos. 13th steal for Olympiacos. Von Wafer goes for the pull-up jumper, and he hits. And the lead is 29.
Yeah, I mean, he just overpowers Popovich on the defensive end that time, and sort of fakes a little drive, stops, pulls up at 6'5", just jumps over Popovich, drills it.
Diamantis gave up the dribble. Down low, Zavakis hammered from behind by Vasilopoulos.
Vasilopoulos just a little late there coming on the weak side, but at least he got there. Gets the foul. We're going to see there. He goes for the ball, gets the head, and everything else.
But there was no layup.
No layup, that's right. Take the ball out of bounds.
It's the largest lead of the game at this moment.
And you see that a lot in Europe, where the foul is pretty much automatic, and that one will be a little bit aggressive that time by Wafer, but we're going to take the ball out again.
Here's Popovich, largely ineffective in this game after being a dominant point guard in the first 2 weeks of the Euroleague season. A foul at the free throw line given up by Sofo Shortsianitis, his 4th.
Well, once again, here, there's the reach. He doesn't move his feet. He's slow moving his feet. And that's one thing that, if you're a coach, you want him to start to improve on, is to his anticipation and the ability to move his feet at the defensive end. Now, I know he's coming off a flu, but he played over the weekend in the Greek League. And he's got to start to work on that to take this game to the next level.
One of the young prospects, Kostas Papanikolaou, number 16 in red, in for Olympiacos. There's Popovich getting to the basket.
Yeah, and he just goes right around Vasilopoulos, who really sort of plays matador defense. But credit Popovich for at least the recognition and taking the ball right to the hoop. And
Wafer to the baseline. Papanikolaou tied up but fouled as 3 men collapsed onto him.
Good look that time by Wafer, driving the baseline as the defense comes to him. He dishes off, and Papanikolaou picks up the ball, goes up, gets fouled, goes to the line. Papanikolaou has not gotten a lot of playing time. He, of course, was out with the flu, H1N1, for the last week or so. 19 years old, a prospect. NBA scouts continue to look at him.
One of 2 in the free throws. More transition. Childress hammers home the feed from Papaloukas.
And, the communication here is terrific. And this is something that they do in practice. And Olympiacos is now, I think, taking and looking at this game and pretty much like it's a practice session right now.
It's a little scrimmage.
Yep, absolutely. And Papaloukas just, goes down the middle, 3-on-2 break, lobs it to the cutter Childress coming from the left side. A dunk, 2 points, and I think Childress hasn't missed a shot today. Now he's gotten about 3 dunks, but he's not supposed to miss those. But I don't think he's missed a shot.
Perfect from inside the arc, 18 points on the game, 6 for 6 from 2-point range. Olympiacos still going for it as they tried to go long. Same hookup potential in Papaloukas to Childress, but it was tipped away and then off the fingertips of Childress.
Trying to catch Rytas sleeping on the defensive end.
7.6 assists for Papaloukas off the bench, as is almost always the case. Childress gives up the foul.
Well, he fills the stat sheet up. Not in scoring, but certainly with steals. Here we're going to see the foul that time with the body of Childress. Papaloukas, he fills the stat sheet up in steals, assists, the defensive end. You see his leadership out there. Doesn't play a whole lot of minutes, but he's very effective when he's on the court.
Controls the game.
Absolutely.
And he is back now with the team, one of his original teams, Olympiacos. Played in the Greek League for many years, for many teams, before going on to CSKA and winning 2 Euroleague titles there. Jumper is good. That was Bobrovskis. Papaloukas was the Final Four MVP in 2006 for CSKA. Wafer. Oh, beautiful looking stroke from three as Olympiacos is pouring it on in the fourth. Good. Where are the white jerseys?
Yeah, they all sag down and to converge on Papa Nicolaou, and he just pitches it out to Wafer.
Here's Wafer again, this time from the corner. Three won't go down.
Well, there's no question as you look at these two teams that Olympiacos has got more talent, more depth. They're stronger, they're more athletic. Good look inside, that time by Papa Nicolaou.
And he finds Vasilopoulos.
Well, obviously they're executing well. They've stayed focused. They're running the floor, doing a great job of running the floor.
Bobrovskis up and under won't go. Still after it. Now fresh shot clock for Lietuvos Rytas, but they need to get things going, and they get going to the basket there. That was Jomantas.
Well, Jomantas, we see his individual skills that time with the crossover move. And the 6'6" man just goes right down the middle. But the defense right now for Rytas is just non-existent.
That's the same hookup, Papa Nicolaou to Vasilopoulos for the layup.
Yeah, and right now the defense is non-existent. I mean, Olympiacos is just moving the basketball. Cutters are finding the open gap, and they're sharing the basketball, playing great team ball.
Coming up on 3 minutes left, Olympiacos is still looking for easy opportunities. This time they'll set up. Childress fires from three. Hey, he missed a shot, Gail. First shot from the field that he's missed. He had made his prior three-pointer, was 7 for 7 from the field today, and has finally missed.
Well, he's been very, very effective, certainly on the offensive end, but also on the defensive end. Terrific young player.
Olympiacos dominating the rebounding today, 28-18. As you would expect, superior size. Now Beverly has it, under 3 minutes to go.
And I like what Olympiacos is doing. They're up by, what, 25, 26, 7? And they're continuing to run their offense. And as a result, they're getting good high percentage shots.
That'll be basket interference against Vasilopoulos. The ball on and around the rim when he grabbed the rim off the Wafer drive.
Wafer just really going strong to the basket. He grabbed the rim. Nice call there by the official. But getting back to Olympiacos, they're really playing together as a team. It's a sign of a good coach. They're up big, and they continue to run their offense. And when you run your offense, everybody gets opportunities.
Patrick Beverly, the rebound. Gonna get it up quickly. Down low, Papanikolaou swings it back out for Wafer. Thought about the three. Now he wants the breakdown. Has it taken away. And the challenge, no foul there, is that right?
Well, we see he's going to get the ball here, I believe, but they also no, that's got to be a foul.
Two men crushing him from either side. Valdas Danis cannot get that call. Unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that he got the ball and then really came down after getting the ball, but there's no question. I'm not sure he really got the ball, and you look at that replay, he definitely got fouled. You got to get that call.
Oh, I know this game is effectively over, but Valdas Danis getting his first action of this EuroLeague season. I don't think he's going to want to go out there again after that.
Yeah, I mean, that was unbelievable. You're absolutely right. I agree.
Ball tipped away. Diamantis hangs and hits.
Yeah, he's got some skills. I mean, we can see that. I mean, he hasn't quit playing, and you know he's got good anticipation on the defensive end. Man, it's 6'6", and really somewhat of a small forward, but he also can play the guard. He can handle the ball, put the ball on the floor. I like him as a player.
15 steals for Olympiacos. Beverly looking for the breakdown. Oh, brings him back. What a drive. How about that play from Patrick Beverly?
That was absolutely terrific. We saw the little hesitation. He showed him the ball, and the big man, Borovniak, he was left. You know, standing still.
Now a minute to go.
And we see Jomanis once again penetrating, going down the middle and getting the layup.
Will Olympiacos hit 100? That becomes the question. Wafer for three. Babrowskis. Coming up on a minute and a half left. Rather, a half a minute left. And a 22-point Olympiacos advantage. It was 30 on a couple of occasions here in the fourth quarter. Wafer. Vasilopoulos dunks it home on top of Babrowskis.
Well, we see the little give and go that time and taking it strong to the hoop, and we see the athletic ability of Vasilopoulos that time. It just goes over the defender and dunks it. Terrific win by Olympiacos.
Leaving no doubt about it, and a late steal. And that falls away. Crowd wanted to see Papanikolaou get that one to close it out. But an impressive victory nonetheless. 97-73, Olympiacos defeats Lietuvos Rytas. They are now both at 2-1